And then one day it hit me. I was letting life happen to me. I wasn't in the driver's seat. If I wanted to feel like myself again, I was gonna have to take some action. Do you feel stuck? Like you've lost your momentum, your creative spark? Maybe a little while ago you were firing on all cylinders in your health, your creativity, your goals. But now, for whatever reason, you just can't seem to pull yourself up and move forward. I've been there, more times than I'd like to admit. Most recently after the actor strike, when I felt like my acting career completely stalled and it absolutely killed my motivation. We'll talk about that soon, but in this video I'd like to share 6 highly effective steps that I use to get myself out of my rut and get myself back on track for my goals. But if you're feeling like you're in a rut or stuck in life, let's get one thing straight. Life isn't linear. The path to success isn't some smooth uphill climb, and no matter what social media or hustle culture want you to believe, nobody is on 100% of the time. It's okay to fall off, to feel unmotivated. What matters is what you do next. When the actor strike first started, I was very hopeful. I felt like I was at the top of my game, building some hard-fought career momentum with some back-to-back bookings. I was on TV, and I finally felt like I could see the light at the end of the struggling artist tunnel. I felt proud to be on the picket line, standing up for my career, for my community. I thought, this is a necessary pause, but we're gonna bounce back. But after the strike ended, it wasn't like somebody just flipped on a switch. The entire industry slowed down. And for me, auditions became scarce. I was done with the shows that I was on, and suddenly, all the momentum that I had worked so hard to build was gone. I tried to keep myself occupied. I went out for some theater, I focused on my writing, I poured myself into my spiritual journey. But as the months dragged on, I really started to feel the weight of it. I had to start upping my hours doing non-acting related work. I started throwing video editor applications into the wind, it felt like. Honestly, I felt like I was moving backwards. It became harder to write, harder to be excited about creativity. It even started to impact my motivation in the gym. And then one day it hit me. I was letting life happen to me. I wasn't in the driver's seat. I realized that I couldn't keep sitting around waiting for things to change. That if I wanted to feel like myself again, I was gonna have to take some action. And here's how I did it and how you can too. Step 1 is reconnect with gratitude. I know it's not easy when you're not feeling at the top of your game, but gratitude is the single best thing that will help you shift your perspective. A lot of times when we're feeling stuck or in a rut, it's because we're focusing on what we don't have. We're looking out at something that we want and it's not in our possession, or something that we had that isn't quite the same, and we're really dialed in on what's not there. But when we connect to gratitude, it shifts our mindset to what we do have, being grateful for it, and then thinking about how we can use that to move forward. And I encourage you to really think about what you have to be grateful for and write it down. Literally make a list. When you start focusing on what you do have, it opens the door to seeing new possibilities. Step 2 is stop playing the blame game. It's easy to point fingers at the economy, at your industry, and maybe you're right. Maybe there's a reason you're stuck right now that isn't your fault. But here's the thing, that doesn't change your reality. I had to stop telling myself that the industry is slow right now. And yeah, that was true from everything I was seeing and reading and hearing, but repeating that kept me focused on what I couldn't control. And in order to get out of a rut, it is essential that you focus on what you can control. I heard a quote recently that said that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to that. And I think that's really important to remember. It's about how we react, how we respond, what we can control, and even how we choose to perceive the situation that's going to help us get out of the rut. Step 3 is reconnect with your why. If you feel like you're stuck or you're in a rut, it's probably because you feel like you're not on a path that you need to be on. Why are you pursuing this path? Why is your goal your goal? Why are you working on this transformation? Whatever it is. If you can't deeply answer that, it's no wonder that you're stuck. One exercise that really helps me is what I call the 3 whys technique. You ask yourself why you want something, and based off of that first answer, you ask why 2 more times. For example, I know we talked about it before, but why acting? Because it's what I love to do. Dig deeper. Okay, but why do you love it? Well, because no other career engages my mind, my heart, my creativity like acting does. And one more time. And why does that matter to you? It allows me to explore the human condition. It enables me to give back by sharing meaningful stories with people. And it allows me to provide for myself and my family by doing something that feeds my soul. When you connect with that deeper reason, taking the necessary actions doesn't feel like a chore. It feels more like an extension of yourself. That connection is there, and it's easier to be motivated. Step 4 is to take small, consistent action. The mistake that most people make is that they try to do too much at once. They think that if they're not working on every aspect of the big picture all at the same time, then they're not doing anything. When I committed to start writing again, I didn't set a goal of trying to finish a whole script in a week. I set a goal to just write 10 minutes a day, 2 days a week. Something very achievable. Make it so small that you can't fail to start. And here's the thing, once you start being consistently successful at that small goal, then you'll want to keep going. And that's how momentum is built, one small step at a time. Action generates motivation, not the other way around. Step 5 is to switch up your routine. If your routine is currently holding you back in some way, I encourage you to switch it up. For me, that meant waking up earlier than I ever have to write before anyone could bother me, before any obstacle or potential excuse could get in my way and stop me from being on track. And as a result, pretty much every day I feel very accomplished because I know that I've already gotten one of my top priority things out of the way, and I am consistently doing it. For you, it might be something different, like maybe you brainstorm outside of the house, at a coffee shop or some place where you feel more productive. Maybe you take a walk after lunch to reset your energy. The point is, small tweaks to your routine can make space for the work that's truly important to you. And if you're serious about getting unstuck, you really need to prioritize doing the work that's most important to you when you have the most energy. For me, that's early in the morning. For you, that might be at a different time. But what you don't want to do is go throughout an entire day, be burnt out, and then think that you're going to work on your side project or your passion project and still be able to put effective energy into it. But remember, whatever you're doing, small, doable tasks. You can always increase the time once your momentum has built and you've established the habit. Step 6 is embrace this moment. It might sound counterintuitive, but embrace where you are right now. In this stuck feeling position. This season gave me the space to rethink how I can share with the world no matter how the industry looks. And I'm embracing that. I may not have reconsidered giving this YouTube channel a real shot if the industry hadn't slowed down. So if you're in a rut, start taking action, but ask yourself, what is this season offering me right now? And maybe you'll discover a way to move forward that you hadn't previously thought of. If this video resonated with you at all, do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to my channel. And drop a comment below letting me know the best tip that you've used to get yourself unstuck. And as a side note, if you've been in a rut for a very long time and you have some of these signs and symptoms of depression, then I encourage you to reach out to a mental health professional. With that, just remember that ruts don't last forever, and how you respond to them can shape everything that comes next. Thank you so much for being here. Expand, evolve, and elevate. I'll see you on the next one.